Some harrowing moments captured on camera as a bison charges at visitors in Yellowstone National Park in Montana. You saw it right there just a few seconds ago. A couple of bison walking in a large field, then the animals charge. Two women start running away, but one of them trips and falls.
Voices off screen yell, play dead, and that's exactly what the woman does. You see her lying motionless as the bison simply checks her out, and then eventually the animal moves away. New this morning, authorities had to comb a Cass County, Minnesota lake after a man was thrown from a boat when a storm passed through. The sheriff's department says it happened on Friday on Cass Lake. A 41-year-old man from Bemidji was with a buddy on the boat and tried to get back to shore when high winds and heavy rain hit.
The man from Bemidji was then thrown from the boat because of the rocky waters, and the passenger took over and tried to search for his friend. Eventually, authorities were called to search the lake, and they say they found the man 1.5 miles from where he was thrown off. The man was not seriously hurt. No one was wearing life jackets, and authorities say it's a good reminder to have a life jacket on and to keep tabs on the weather to make sure that storms are not in the forecast.
Researchers say the coronavirus vaccine developed by Oxford University and AstraZeneca triggered a robust immune response in hundreds of patients in what is the largest vaccine trial to date.
AstraZeneca's CEO says the drug giant is on track to start rolling out millions of doses by the fall. Meanwhile, President Donald Trump says he'll likely continue his coronavirus press briefings today and tweeted a photo of himself wearing a mask, declaring it patriotic.
Minnesota's COVID-19 death toll continues to climb, and they are now reporting 922 new cases and the first death of a child in the state, a 9-month-old in Clay County.
The baby is among the youngest deaths in the country from COVID-19 and the first death in Minnesota for anyone under the age of 20 who tested positive for COVID-19. Joining us with the latest about it this morning is the Valley Today's Callie Hubbard. Good morning, Callie.
Good morning, Lisa and Jordan. The news is hitting close to home as that 9-month-old from Clay County may be one of the youngest victims in the country to die from COVID-19. The state Department of Health Commissioner says the death appears to be an isolated incident, saying it's, quote, related to this infant's very specific situation. The infant died at their home in Clay County and was never taken to the hospital, and a medical examiner found 2 causes of death: an upper and lower respiratory tract infection and a nasal culture that tested positive for COVID-19. Now, according to officials, the child showed some of the expected respiratory symptoms and inflammation of upper airways. Since there's so little data nationwide on COVID-19 deaths in infants, the Minnesota Department of Health is sending samples to the CDC for additional analysis. Now, the Minnesota Department of Health Infectious Disease Division Director says that transmission among children driven by adults who carry the virus and pass it on to children, rather than children passing it on to each other. Officials emphasize that while they're seeing fewer cases in children and fewer severe cases, there's still a lot that officials don't know yet. But of course, download your Valley News Live app as we learn more on this.
Callie Hubbard reporting live for us this morning. Thank you.
Students will start moving into the dorms in about a month, and universities across the valley are taking different approaches to protect them. The University of North Dakota is requiring students to live alone, while North Dakota State University is allowing roommates. NDSU says if a student does test positive, however, they'll be placed in another room alone, and they will have their meals delivered.
The universities say it's important that students get an experience that's as close to normal as possible. Both Concordia College and Minnesota State University Moorhead will allow students to have roommates. All 4 universities are requiring students to wear masks in the classroom. Protesters are calling for a Cass County Sheriff's Office employee to be fired. The protesters tell us they want Tori Holland fired for a TikTok video she posted on social media that is considered derogatory.
The video, which has since been deleted, featured a caricature of a woman speaking with a Native American accent while in her vehicle. The employee's face is not visible in that video.
Show us that you're listening. Show us that you hear us. Make some change. Make something happen. We're sick of it. We're sick out here screaming at the top of our lungs, organizing for what? We're human beings just like you. Show us that we matter. We're a part of this community and we want to feel like it.
The department says Holland received several trainings, including cultural diversity and anti-bias courses.
Disciplinary actions towards Holland include not being able to apply for a promotion for 1 year, and she will have to create a liaison contact between the sheriff's office and the Native American community to visit with them and learn about their culture.
It's now 9 minutes before the top of the hour. Let's get a check of that forecast. After we had some lightning and thunder overnight, what can we expect this morning? Hi, Lisa.
Good morning. Things are looking, well, a little bit gray out there and still unsettled too as we head through the day today. So more of the same essentially, and we actually have to watch out for this again today. This was from yesterday afternoon. This is close to 1 o'clock in the Devil's Lake area, right on our sky cam. We were able to capture one of the funnel clouds that we saw, and on this time lapse you can see it kind of evolving and eventually weakening and roping out. That usually is a sign that it's about to fall apart and go away, and it did so in that area. And that same funnel was spotted from the air. This is one of our viewer photos. You can head to our web gallery on our website and check this out, and multiple photos coming in of multiple funnels. And Andy took this video, or photo rather, a couple of them from a plane as he was in the Devil's Lake Basin. He said he spotted 3 different ones at the time, and again we could see more of that today. You could see the overcast skies right now here in Fargo-Moorhead on our live sky cam, and temperatures that are in the 50s to some low 60s right now. Still some showers in the region. Both Grand Forks and Bemidji reporting some showers right now in that location. Some of us seeing some breaks in the clouds, getting a little sunshine. You can see that the rain is mainly up north and over to the east at this point in time. On the radar, we'll zoom in on that area. Grand Forks again seeing that rain stretching back over to Bemidji, Thief River Falls. Some showers affecting you too. And we've had some good rain over the last 24 hours. Here's a look at our estimated rainfall. Some places may have gotten 3 inches of rain in that area just north of Valley City. Fargo, a couple of reports around the metro. Horace, we had close to 0.8 of an inch, a little over that south of the airport as well in the heart of Fargo-Moorhead. And visibility is looking okay for a lot of us, but there are some places where we've had some fog. Rain may be bringing down your visibility too. Grand Forks is at 2.5 miles and Carrington only 1/4 of a mile. That will improve as we head through the day today. Here's a look at your hourly planner. I just want to zip ahead to the afternoon. See those spotty showers and thunder showers popping? That's what I'm talking about the potential for more funnel clouds. The environment that we had yesterday still influencing our weather, so the potential's there. Temperatures today going to be cool. We're talking 60s to about 75 degrees for your high, so feeling a lot cooler as we head into midweek. We do warm up as we head toward the weekend. Let's check in now with Devin Fry for the Valley Today's Traffic on the Move.
Thanks, Lisa. We're going to be finishing up our morning drive here on I-94. We're heading west towards Bismarck. Now, you see the traffic flow in front of me, and this is exactly how it's looked all the way from the Red River Bridge to now. Now, normally through this stretch of roadway, it's a lot busier than what we're seeing right now, so expect it to build up a lot in the 7 o'clock hour. It might be creating some delays a little bit later on. We're, of course, going to be watching and paying attention to that, but normally when it's a slow build through the 6 o'clock hour, it gets slammed in the 7. So we'll go ahead and keep an eye on that for you. Now, as far as lane closures go, there haven't been any new ones announced, but for the westbound lanes of Main Avenue, just a heads up, it looks like they took away the right turn lane at the intersection of Main Avenue and University Drive. The cones were blocking that off when we went through there a little earlier. We haven't been through since, so we're unsure if that's still closed or just a temporary thing. Just something to keep an eye out for as you make your way to your morning commute. A piece of good news, the I-29 bridge over the Cheyenne River near Harwood, they are getting rid of the traffic restrictions there. So good news for those heading north on I-29 going through Harwood. You're not going to have to deal with any more closures over the I-29 bridge today. Now, what day is today? It is Taco Tuesday, so ole the day at Taco John's. For your traffic on the move, I'm Devin Fry.
West Fargo is one step closer to having a new police chief. The city commission met and approved the recommendation of the city administrator to hire Dennis Otterness. Otterness has 29 years of law enforcement experience with a number of agencies.
Right now, he is at the Montana State University Billings Police Department, where he is the chief of police. He started his career in law enforcement in West Fargo. A swearing-in date, an official start date, both will be announced when the pre-employment screenings are completed. Moorhead police have arrested a Moorhead man for a drive-by shooting on a motorcycle. Police say 52-year-old Fentress Cromwell is charged with a number of felonies, including drive-by shooting toward a vehicle and criminal damage to property.
The incident happened last month outside an apartment building at 18th Street South. Officials say Cromwell had gotten into an argument with a man and a woman before the shooting and was looking for the couple. Police say he left the area on a motorcycle after shooting at that vehicle.
The Dilworth Police Department is reminding you to lock your car doors after they responded to a number of break-ins. Police say 7 vehicles were burglarized between 3 and 7 on Monday morning.
None of them appear to have been damaged, but they all appeared to have been left unlocked. Now, if you hear or see anything suspicious, you should call police.
A 46-year-old Moorhead man is facing multiple charges after investigators say they caught him trying to pay for sex with a young girl. Court documents say James Van Rayden, the man up on your TV screen right now, responded to a Craigslist advertisement that was seeking a tutor for a 10-year-old girl. The ad was actually posted by West Fargo police.
Investigators say Van Rayden responded to that ad, and they say he later admitted that he liked underage children and he tried to pay for sex with a child. Court documents also show that Van Rayden was spying on another young girl. He is accused of taking explicit pictures and videos of the minor that he captured through a hole in a door.
It's now 2 minutes before 7 o'clock. Let's get our answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook. Today's question, according to a new poll, only 20% of people say they still carry one of these around, and most who do are 65 or older.
The answer is a checkbook. I have never carried one around with me in my day-to-day operations.
Sometimes I have a check blank that I have folded up and put into my wallet. But, you know, when do you use it? You know, in an emergency, there's rarely a time, oh, I'll just take a check if you have no cash. Never happens.
All right, but I suppose it's not a bad idea. But here, listen to this story. In honor of National Wine and Cheese Day this upcoming Saturday, Cheez-It and House Wine, they're coming together for a limited edition Cheez-It and Wine combo box. Now, this year's limited edition box offers a brand new summer-ready combination. I'm loving this one. It is Cheez-It white cheddar and some house wine rosé.
And if you're not a fan of rosé or white cheddar Cheez-It, fear not, because you can pair any box of Cheez-Its with any box of wine. Now, you may remember this happened last year. So this is the second year that the two companies have teamed up, Genius, on a wine and cheese cracker package. Last year's version, which paired traditional Cheez-Its, was with a red wine blend, and that sold out in minutes.
And if you can't get your hands on this, not saying you can't go to the store, buy the Cheez-Its, and then get the box of Franzia on your own.
I love it. They make it easy. Cheez-Its and wine. Who came up with this idea? And they said, that's ridiculous. It was genius.
It was genius. I want to be their best friend. And so if anyone wants to order it, you can send it here to the station. We'll gladly enjoy it.
Love that.
But the Today Show at CBS This Morning, it's just about to start. But the Valley Today rolls on. We'll have more live up-to-the-minute news and weather for you coming up right after this quick break on the Fargo CW. Have a great Tuesday, everyone.